to be there. But the desire for it should be there in you, the fire in the belly has to be there. And of course, one should know that what exactly do you want in your life, what are you heading to? Because sometimes, what happens in our lives, there are 10 internships that one does, and then you realize that what you're really made for, and what is your passion. So you're a fortunate one if you realize it in one internship. But that generally doesn't happen. It's unfortunate, as I said. So okay, let me start with my journey. We all have a story, we all have a journey. So I have reached probably the second milestone of my life, and you're in the first initial stage of your milestone. So I belong to Jaipur, and I did my education over there. I went to Sophia School. And why I'm telling you about all my background is because I think education plays a very, very important role in our lives. I was fortunate to be in one of the best institutions in the country. And as a child, I was a very social child. I love meeting people. I love making friends. And I was more into social, activities, cultural activities, than academically inclined. I was also good in academics. I was average, but I was not exceptionally good. But I was very good in my people skills. So today, in these days, IQ and EQ play a very, very important role. Along with your intelligence question, you also have to have an EQ, which is very important. And I give my credit to my success a lot to my EQ, because along with IQ, EQ is equally important. I've seen a lot of brilliant people who are genius, but sometimes they may not achieve in life where they should be. Reason being, somewhere they lack in the EQ. And if you have both, it's a deadly combination. So there has to be some intelligence, in you to reach where you reach. So an intelligence is not only academic intelligence; it's again a bit of your EQ and the IQ, a mix of both. So I think I had a bit of both, and I think I give the credit to where I've reached. Sometimes what happens is that if you're very, very, very brilliant, you might have a high-headedness, you become a snob. And you need to really know the balance and how to kind of conduct your life. And so why I'm talking about my childhood is because that shaped me to what I am today. And I used to participate in all the activities. I participated in my college in a singing competition. And I want to share this because I think always done things out of the box and never been in the rat race of whoever is doing everything and I'll just follow the thing. So I was the only one in my college in those times who didn't go for a classical singing or a normal Bollywood song. I said I want to sing a song by Michael Jackson. Wow. In those times. Wow. And I didn't know whether I'll clear the audition or not, because there was no criteria for somebody to sing an English song in those times in my college. But anyway, I cleared the audition.
Ma'am, what song did you sing?
I sang Beat It by Michael Jackson.
Wow.
Yeah, I still can sing for you guys in the end if you want to hear it.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely.
So then I cleared the audition, and kind of like I feel that I probably started the trend of English music. Then there were a lot of other students from the next year I started seeing that they were coming and participating, and they were, though it wasn't a very super hit song when I sang, because probably maybe most of the people didn't understand who Michael Jackson was in those times and what the song was about. But anyway, my friends supported me and we just had a good time in the college. And I happen to have a student's violin license, and I have also done flying. So I was into NCC. I had NCC in my college. Wow. I have an NCC BNC certificate, and I used to be flying every day. Go to the airport, fly a glider. I've done many launches of the glider, and 16 hours of power plane. So that's
Ma'am, what is power plane?
Power plane is a small aircraft, not a helicopter, but it's a smaller aircraft. So we used to do aeromodeling also, and had some great time in my college doing all these activities. As I said, I was more into the cultural side and the activities, and that made me very fearless, taking the flight every day and coming back, like taking off and landing. So I became pretty fearless, I think. And I've also done tracking. I've been to Pindari Glacier, Kulu Manali, and I was told by the principal of the school that we need you to come with us because you are a leader and because with you everybody gets to do a lot of more activities. Because I would invite the other college students, university students who were also trekking from their colleges and schools to kind of come together with us, start with Antakshari, or involve everybody basically. So they said, like, if you're not going, the college will not go because you are the leader. We need you there. So this was all very nice, and I didn't know where I was heading to actually. So this was all about college, and then I did my masters. I went to Maharani's College, one of the topmost college in Rajasthan. So yes, education also really helps and shapes up your confidence, your personality. Because I knew that I have done masters in political science, I've done my BA honors in history, and I'm basically qualified to be in any profession, right? Whichever field and area that my background requires. And I was always very passionate and a dynamic person, and I think I always wanted to do something in my life. The fire in the valley was there, and I didn't know what, but. So then I got married, and that time, basically it was okay, I'll be a homemaker, I'll be fine, and I'll enjoy my life and kids, but then I always felt that there's something missing in my life, Even if I got married, I actually realized that I think I'm made for something better, for a bigger purpose in my life. This is not where I'm fitting in, Maybe because as a student I was very, very active. So it didn't digest me to just be a homemaker. There's no harm in being a homemaker again at the same time. See, people who enjoy that and who are happy with it, and that thing, perfectly fine, because that's also more than a full-time job. And if you can do justice to it, you're made for it, might as well be there, But then, I think everybody has their own strengths and everybody knows what they want to do in life. So I was feeling I have to get into something, I have to do something, and I did not even understand what do I have to do. And also because I had my kids, I wanted to do full justice to my family, to my children, and I didn't want to ignore them. And I started thinking, okay, let me do as per my convenience and my time, what I can do for my family as well as work-life balance, which is very, very important. I think if you can do that, that's also very, very good. I tried my best. I'm not saying I'm the best and I was the best, because nobody can be. You can never say that, even if you've done the best way of bringing up your children and family, you guys are still very young, but when you, I think, grow up, you'll know it more. So I tried my best, and along with the when they were growing up, I started with a play school in our area in North Delhi. So, because also I started the summer camp because my own kids had to travel a long distance to come to South Delhi for all the activities. So then I started a summer camp where we had theatre, where we had personality grooming by Achal Gulati, former Miss India, theatre by Arvind Gaur, one of the top-notch. But whatever I was doing, I was giving the best to the children from that side also that time. So I think that was in me, whatever it has to be the best. And to reach out to them, to bring them there, that was all my skills which were helping me to get it, And then, we had a summer camp for children. They performed at India International Center, a play, and they got grooming from Achal Gulati. They had some dance performances, we did some fashion shows with children and moms, and got hold of some designers. I also have been the Modern School Parents Teacher Association where my children went. So we did a fashion show for the students of the school, and the principal was nice enough and a visionary to give us the opportunity to do it with children, like to do a fashion show on the ramp. And all these activities started voluntarily, basically, that time. And I joined FICCI Ladies Organization, which is one of the top organizations in the country. And I started making a lot of good friends in the school, not intentionally, it was all generally going with the flow and happening. And giving me a meaning in my life to do something, voluntarily, all that happening that time. And then after my kids grew up, I joined a law firm. So over there, I was doing the admin and the PR kind of a job, which again, 11 to 2, till the time my kids were back from home, I would be back with them. And over there, I was sent to some workshops to attend, to meet a lot of good people. They used to get a lot of invites where they would send me as a representative. I started connecting with a lot of good people. And anyway, I was enjoying it because I love meeting people. I love getting to know about them, and here I was also a professional, doing it professionally. And after that, again, I took a sabbatical because my kids got into the 10th and 12th boards. So I said, this is very important. And somehow I also started feeling, as I said, you have to do 10 internships to realize what you're actually made for. I also started feeling that, I am not made for a 10 to 5 job, or I'm not made for something which is a confined, and again started bothering me. Like, what is it? What is it I want, And how can I get it? Because I was already at 40 at that time. So I'll tell you, age is no bar. And most of the time people will say, oh, you're 40, what are you going to do now? What are you going to get? Are you crazy? Just relax, sit and do nothing. I said, no, I'm sure there's something. And it was all by myself and my own thing that I was kind of trying to find out, what to do, what can I do, what I think I'm made to give back, and I have to, I'm made for a bigger purpose in life, And then for 1 year, I again took a sabbatical, and then I got on board for art consultancy. And I'll tell you, very interesting thing. I was so naive that I had no clue that for the things I was doing voluntarily that time, you were being paid for it. And I think you guys should know, or maybe already know it, probably. So I was asked to help people for art parties for media. I did it voluntarily. I had connections in media. I had friends because I was a social networker. I was very good in social networking. I became the India chairperson for all ladies in social networking group. And randomly, I started adding people, my friends and people of the group, and they were all established people, distinguished people. And I feel what goes around comes around. I was doing it voluntarily for that organization because, of course, they also respected and gave me the designation to be the India chairperson for All Ladies League. And from there, it started. What goes around comes around, that the social networking thing started even more and more. Then I got on board with many, many more organizations, and all that happened. So after the social networking and all this, being a FICCI member, Modern School Registry Association, I got on board with this thing, and they asked me, can you please arrange for some press media coverages? And I had some friends. I said, could you do the coverage for this artist? They said, yeah, definitely. And they were doing a favor to me because we were friends, and it was not on paid. A lot of things, a venue, okay, I know these people who own this hotel, who own this thing, and okay, they will do a wine and cheese evening. It was all going. Till that time, I don't realize. And then it happened that an artist from a different city, they got me on board professionally to promote them in Delhi. But I was fortunate to be on board with the best in the country. And I tell you that when you work, whenever you get into any profession, be very honest, be very truthful. So there are times when people will say, she can do this and she can get you this media, that media, and I would just go and tell them, like, look, this is what I can give you, and this I can try. Be very honest, because honesty plays a big role and it goes a big way. Because it's always better to kind of deliver more and then commit not more, commit less and deliver more, maybe. That's better than committing more and delivering less. Because your basically authenticity is recognized by the people and they start valuing you. So I think my honesty has played a big role in my profession. And my not overcommitting and under-delivering. So that, anyway, whenever you get in professions, so try and see that you're able to commit more than, you can give more than you commit, basically, than less. So then I got on board with one of the top artists in the country, and that was my kind of first big break. I think luck plays an important role. Your consistency and good work is seen by the people. Even if you don't know, but the world is watching you. And especially nowadays, it is not confined to just this room. It's going all over across the world now. So people are watching your good work. They are coming to you on their own then. You don't even have to go to people, basically. Once you reach that stage where your authenticity is there, where your credibility is there, which you establish, it takes years and years for people to establish their credibility, and it takes a day to just finish it off. So one needs to be very, very careful. And while I was promoting the artist, it was one of the finest real estate properties in the country. We used to have 7-star kind of dinners hosted. And so, I got the crowd. I was into then getting into the guest listing. I didn't even know at that time that you are paid for even guest listing. All this I realized, I learned on the job training. And so the kind of people who came and attended, because as I said, my networking is my forte, or you can say my USP. So the kind of people we had were like CEOs of the company, industrialists, jewelers, and from every top-notch industry. We had good 70, 80 people's gathering who could be the prospective buyers for the artist. And the moment I did that event, I was given the offer by the real estate company where we hosted the event. So they said, why don't you get on board with us? And again, I was like clueless. I said, like, real estate, I've never done real estate. What will I do in the real estate industry? So, and it was a big group. It was a big company, a big break for me, And as such a big company, why do they need to hire me? But I was very confident that if they're hiring me, there's something I can do for them, I'm sure. And I will do it, what they require from me, as long as they get me on board and guide me to tell me that what do they need from me in the company, in the real estate company. So they said, just like the way you invited these prospective clients for art, we are sure you have more people and people who can also buy real estate, So I said, of course, definitely. And because I was a very good networker, I said, yeah, definitely. There's so many, not only these, there are so many. So then I got on board with the real estate company. And I think I feel really blessed because I was getting one after the other offers. I think because again, as I said, that people can see and watch you and see your credibility, see how much effort, how much hard work you're putting into it, and how much with finesse you do whatever that you do with perfection, And I used to just blindly follow my client, whatever they would say, that this is what we require, this is the people you need to reach out to, and this is how it has to be. And I would do that. So after that, because I was India Chairperson Social Networking, I was sent to an event at Kutub for a celebrity wedding designer, Angelo Garini, from Italy. He was there and I went with about 4 of my friends. I just asked them, generally we were sitting together. I said, look, I have to go here, why don't you join us and let's go and attend, what is it? So they came and there was a big, huge, nice presentation by the celebrity wedding designer from Italy, Angelo Garini. I met them and I introduced my friends to him. I said, this is a fashion designer, this is an event management company, and they were all related to his industry. So probably, these people, they realized that she is a well-connected lady and she would be good for our company. So from their office, they started approaching that we would like you to get on board as a consultant. And again, I said, I can be a consultant for weddings. I have really no idea what to do in the wedding industry. They said, we'll guide you. We need you to do an event and we'll do the projection of our weddings here. You need to call all the wealthy people that you know in your circle, in your network, family, friends, your connections, and event management company people who are into weddings, and invite them and do a presentation. I said, fine, that's not very difficult for me, and I can do your social media, digital media, print media, press media, all that, because that's what we're supposed to do as a global brand consultant, and give them recognition and branding in our own country. So that's how it started. And while I was doing it, at the same time I got the offer from Taj Ambassador Hotel, and over there also again, I have really no idea what to do for a hotel, but they knew what they want from me. Besides, rather than me knowing what am I supposed to deliver to them, they had more faith and trust in me that what we require from you, we can get it delivered from you, because of seeing all the work that I was doing. And in the hotel, once I joined, so they got me on board. I started collaborating events. I started art with real estate because I was dealing in all the verticals: real estate, art, hospitality, weddings, fashion designers, jewelry, health, wellness, beauty. And the kind of person I am, I cannot stick to one thing only. For me, it's very, very important. I need to have a variety of options. I cannot just be stuck with one particular thing. And this all had a connection because it all was related with the luxury segment. It had to be luxury, that much I was very sure. It has to be premium, it has to be luxury. So all these started, and now once all these things were put together, I said, why don't I collaborate events, I've been always, till now, I keep on learning, keep on producing something new out of the box and different. which you'll get to know that what is the latest that I'm doing, and because it will keep you restless till the time you cannot be stagnant. Okay, now I've reached, I'm there, and I don't want to do anything else. You're dead. You're alive only when you have something going on and something more, to be the best version of yourself. The day you realize, oh, I am the best version, if I start having that attitude, I think I'm finished. The growth will stop. Even if I'm there, I will not like to say, yeah, I've done everything, what else do I need to do? I've done real estate, I've done art, hospitality, weddings, I'm known in Delhi. People know, but that's not it. There's much more I feel. And the world is huge. It's huge. Maybe people in Delhi might know me. Another country I go, maybe they won't know me that much. And there's a scope that they might get to know me. So So then the hospitality industry, I got them conferences, I got them events, fashion events, exhibitions, and the room bookings, all that, which I learned on the job because I had no idea what a hospitality industry requires. Another very interesting thing I'll tell you. My husband is a very, very successful, he's an investment banker into real estate and hospitality.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, the same industry, the same vertical that I was dealing later on. So initially when I thought maybe I'll ask him and let me get involved in his business if it's possible. But he's a brilliant guy, he's a Shriram College graduate, and he did his master's MBA from Virginia Tech. So for him, real estate meant only numbers, mergers and acquisitions, and where I had no place. I had no idea what will I do because I'm very bad in numbers. And when I got into this industry, I felt so happy that, my thinking was so small. I just thought of real estate, only the numbers. I had no idea there's so much more to it. So for you guys, it's very good. If only now you know, it's not limited to only that much. There is so much more in every industry actually. So then I started doing concept events. So the moment I got on board with Taj Ambassador, I said, I could do an event of art with real estate. Why not I do art and hospitality as well? So I got a client of mine who had a gallery and suggested her that why don't you make, till today, if you go to Taj Ambassador Hotel, you see a lot of artworks. So I got that collaboration done while on board with the hotel, and then we had a lot of events happening there. It was successful, and each and every client, after that so many others kept on coming, one after the other, Once, and I was open to many more industries, anything in the luxury segment. And finally, we did our luxury awards last year. We are preparing for the next one now. And while I did that award, I also made a good community of luxury club. So where we have distinguished people from varied verticals, a lot of them would also be my clients in the past. And it's a community of strong individuals from every vertical. So we kind of got together and started this. And we do once a month a meet and greet. Again, it's networking, byproduct is business, but everybody is so established that it's also becoming a very strong group of individuals at the same time from every industry. So if you have any requirement, you have a travel person, you have a real estate person, you have a hospitality person, everybody under one roof. So that's my journey and that's my story. I would be very happy to answer your queries, and if you have anything to ask, I would be more than happy to take up the questions.
Very interesting journey, ma'am. I
I
swear.
hope you enjoyed listening and it was not boring that you want to doze off.
Ma'am, I'm just curious to know, when somebody, now you've reached that stage where you've got so much experience, you've done so many things. If somebody asks you simply, like as a naive person, what do you do exactly? How would you define
Correct.
yourself?
Very good question. So
Thank you.
it's good it has come from you rather than me telling you. So see, basically what a global luxury brand consultant does, briefly I told you in between in the story I was telling you, but exactly what we do is, we are into promotion, visibility, recognition, awareness and branding of our clients, which is through various things: social media, digital media, print media, press media and bespoke events. So social and digital media doesn't mean that I'm doing their social digital media of my clients. No, they're big clients. So I have had LG, I've had Zoya, I've had Ambience Group, Trump Towers, AT Standard, so many clients from varied verticals. So they are very well established companies who have their in-house social digital media company. But they get exposure on my networks basically, on my Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. And I don't call it influencer myself. Like I am an influencer with an organization called Women Innovator. But I tell my clients that if you understand what work I do, what kind of clients I have, what kind of organic people are there on my networks, you're not going to see how many followers, because I never bothered about it. I never worked on it. I'm not happy with having random followers or paying for my increasing. You can pay and be the topmost influencer or something. So people who understand quality work, they come on their own to me and they know the kind of connections that I have.
So ma'am, it would be safe to call you a luxury consultant?
Yeah, I'm called a luxury consultant and also like a global luxury brand consultant because I happen to be on board with some international clients, like I told you, celebrity wedding designer, Angelo Garini. And in the lockdown, I have done interviews with some international people from all over the world. I've been featured in international magazine as well as international YouTube channel and from Australia. And I interviewed Dennis O'Brien, she's a PR queen of Los Angeles.
Ma'am, what's the name, Dennis?
Dennis O'Brien. And Avi Arya from Canada, Mirel from Australia, and many other people. Kailash Khair, I've interviewed. If you just go on my YouTube, you can see a lot of interviews and you learn a lot. Though they were done in COVID times, and Arjun was the one who was the back end for doing those YouTube talk shows. So they may not be very professionally done, but lot to learn from those interviews. Everybody is an established person, and there is a message they're giving. If you want to learn, you can really learn a lot from them. And they're very, very simple. Like the way I'm talking to you right now. Very interesting. They're not like, So I think that way you learn more. And I had, Padma Shri artist Krishna Kanhaichi on board with me. I had LG Innovative Gallery as my client. So they were already big brands, So the thing is that it's not just like if you're a big brand, you're done and you don't need any more branding or publicity. You have to be constant. Like I say it for me, I have to be constant. You become a brand and you leave it, you're gone. Today people know you, tomorrow they forget you if you're not visible. And you need all kind of branding. It's not just social media, digital media. So you need everything, social media, digital media, print media, press media, bespoke events, people like me, people like influencers who they trust, people like film stars, everybody to be there to talk about your brand, to speak about your brand and make it more authentic, more logical, and of course, great work. Work speaks for itself. First foremost is that you have to be good in what you're doing. If you're not good, and even if you have the money and you're spending it like crazy, you're doing everything, you may not reach anywhere. That also helps. Money also does help. Everything helps, as I said. Everything works. Yeah.
I can see this is properly a kind of community which you are building by luxury club, and like will be associating with these members, and you can grow on that because you have a huge base of it. So any company whichever wants to sell out or something, if there is having any event, so we can be a community which they want to collaborate. This is what I got it from.
Correct, definitely. You see, one more thing, beautiful thing about my luxury club, I'll tell you. I've been on board. If you just Google about me, you'll see a lot of organizations I'm on board with. I'm a Vicky Luxury President, Women Industry Commerce and Chambers. I'm a female international associate, Federation of Indian Women Entrepreneurs. I am with Vicky Life member, and so many organizations. I'm the brand consultant with Amity.
But ma'am, for people like us, like who are starting a career and as a luxury consultant, we want to go ahead, and what focus we need to have, like what kind of clubs we should focus on, what kind of
Ma'am, I
people we
also
should
had
reach
similar
out,
questions.
so that we can have a collaborative, we can have our own identity within the domain. Like we are in luxury and we know people, we know this, that, and we can be part of it, the whole domain. So how one should go ahead for that?
So this is also again very interesting question, and I am very happy to have very intelligent students sitting here. And you see, this is very important for a global luxury brand consultant, or if you're heading towards luxury industry. You have to be in connection with people who are in the luxury segment. You have to network, you have to attend good high-end bespoke events, and if you enjoy meeting people, as I said, then this industry is for you. You're made for this industry. You'll not believe it. Like today, every day I have events lined up. something or the other, and they're all high-profile events that I'm invited to. Because I've got so deep into the industry now. And every industry, as in you talk about fashion, jewelry, art, real estate, hospitality, or theatre, art, music. I mean, Delhi is a city which is buzzing with activity. And once you get into it, it'll be easy for you to connect and have those.
So it's all about
attend some
like
good, nice.
we need to go out and start meeting people and knowing about them, what they are doing, what
So
they
there
are
are a
not
lot
doing.
of good workshops that happen. So that will help you.
Is there any kind of like SaaS product or like maybe this is Luma is where you can have you can know like which event is happening.
Yeah.
So can we have any platform where we can find out like this is a proper
See, I
event
tell
is
you
going to
the
happen?
beauty about my club.
Mm-hmm.
My club is not restricted to any specific age.
Mm-hmm.
We have people from Arjun's age to like say even a 70-year-old person. There is no, it's gender, this thing that only women can join, only men can join. That's also not the thing. It's not only ladies or only mother and daughter or a son and a father. We're open to everybody coming and joining us because each one can learn from each other. You might get a lot of exposure with the seniors in the club. So why not? And it's a very good mingling of the youth and the.
And during meeting with the people, the folks around us as a luxury consultant, what our focus should be, like the kind of information, but what our focus should just meeting people. Like say I was in sales, software sales. So I was more into tech, like knowing how the new technology is coming in, the people who is just got into MD, the position they have changed there. So during our conversation with these folks, like who are attending the event, and even they are really a good personality, they have a name. So as a novice, like how I should conduct, what questions I need to know, just if you can tell.
Yeah, so specific to luxury industry. So for me, my focus is getting in touch with more and more premium brands as much as possible. Which are already there with me, but then of course more. And at the same time, I also help the startups. I'm very happy to guide the startups and establish them as a brand. One is upscaling the brand, which is already a brand, but they want to, kind of stay consistent on that level, and they need these activities to do off and on, so that because the world is huge, so there are people who might know that brand, but there are people from my circle who might not know them. They may not be aware, but it's already a very big brand. They get awareness through me, And startups become a brand because, and that's how we do. We do their branding through social media, digital media, print media, press media, bespoke events. So you need connections in all the verticals and industries. If you are getting into the luxury industry, you need to be in touch with the luxury brands. You need to be in touch with media because that will help you in getting them the media, right? You have to be in touch with a good guest listing. So you have to have premium people with whom you have network, whether it be through your families, whether through your friends, through your connections. Attend more and more good workshops. There are a lot of good workshops. CNBC does, India Today does, all these. And reach out to people and organizations who can connect you to good people. Like that's what happened with me. Of course, like for modern school was because of my children, but otherwise I was at the same time simultaneously into so many organizations. It's a lot of hard work. It may look very glamorous, honestly, that every day you're getting ready, dressed and going and enjoying. It's like a film star. But then behind the scene, there's a lot of hard work.
Ma'am, if I want to become a luxury consultant or I get an internship, what would be the steps? Like you've told us already what you do a lot, but I'm still not exactly clear on what I should be doing exactly to become a luxury consultant, like how to get an internship in that field.
You talking specifically for internship or overall?
Ma'am, both overall as well as
So
internship.
internships, of course, you need to get on board with companies like us, luxury co-biz, or there are these top-notch companies like Zoya, LG. Everybody requires, interns, jewelry brands, real estate brands, hospitality, art, all these brands. You should start associating as an intern so that you can learn the ropes of the business. What exactly the company is doing, how they're, what they are today.
Because ma'am, right now I don't have a qualification. I'm still studying.
So you're in which year?
Ma'am, we're in the first semester, and we have 1 year course.
Right.
So after the 1 year, it's
Already graduate, no?
Graduate, yes,
Yes.
but
PG.
post-graduation and that too in luxury, this is what they're doing right now.
So see, one option is after you finish the course, you join a company like a full-time thing, or you do an internship part-time with some company,
okay.
which I'm sure you guys must be already associated, right?
No ma'am, they don't do internships on the, like while they do the program because it's just for 1 year. So
Right.
you know, you
They don't
can't.
have time
Yes,
for
they don't have
doing
time.
it. So maybe
So but we
after.
look at placement straight away.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that placement will teach you a lot because since you don't have any time left when you're doing this course. So this is good enough. Right now, just focus on this. What they're teaching you here is going to really help you. And also, like speakers who are coming, they're doing a great job. Amity is doing amazing, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So first take full advantage of this institution right here. Make the best of it. And the second step would be once you're out of the institution, if they get you the placement, well and good. Otherwise, they can try.
Yeah, but I think what she means to ask is like you are an independent consultant.
Correct.
You're not associated with any company or a
I'm a
brand.
free,
Yes, so
freelance.
freelancer. So I think what she means to ask is how do you become an independent
So for
consultant?
that it takes a lot of time, lot of years have gone by. You guys are really very young, but yes, start networking. As I said, social networking is very very important. Improve on your EQ skills because that's very important in hospitality industry or our kind of industry. Connecting with people is very very important.
And I think the way you mentioned attending events
Attending events
that
is
are
very
related
important.
to art,
Yeah.
you know, so many things.
Because you meet very good people out there.
Yeah. Of the
Even
same
if 5 good
caliber.
connections you meet out of the lot that is coming is good enough. Even till date, we organize ourselves and we also go and attend high profile events where we meet some connect or the other, which is very good for our company. We even send our subordinates. We ourselves go sometimes where they are not invited. It's only the founder who has to come. So networking, as I said, is very very important. Intelligence of where to be, when to be, how to be, and having a sense of connecting whom to connect with whom. You may know a lot of people, but somehow I have that knack of instantly, it just comes instantly to me whom to connect with whom. Some time comes to me and they're looking